always said to you, you'll always have a place here. Got it? The tears burned the back of my eyes again, but this time I managed to keep them at bay. Knowing I still had a job was a relief I hadn't realized I felt tense about. I had so many thoughts rolling around in my head, but Sal was right. I had a shift to finish, and for now, that was all that mattered. I'd forget what had just gone down, compartmentalize it for the time being. Sal walked out, glancing back once and winking, and then he was gone, leaving me in the room on my own for a second time. I didn't want to look in the mirror, but I had no choice. I splashed water on my face and held my hand over my mouth, trying in vain to push the sob down that had worked its way up my throat. 1 more minute. I'd allow myself 1 more minute, and then I'd push my shoulders back, wipe the tears from my face, and lock my heart away. It wasn't a choice, not if I wanted to survive. Broody may have knocked my plans off balance, but they hadn't come tumbling down, yet. Within an hour, I was running from one side of the diner to the other, passing out orders and taking new ones. I was determined to do nothing but work, not letting my thoughts stray too far. But all too soon, the diner was empty, leaving only me and Sal to close up. And then we were heading out into the dark night, the cold wind whipping past us and making me shiver. You know where I am if you need me. Sal started pushing the key in the lock and turning it. He always left one light on in the back kitchen, something about not wanting it to be pitch black inside. I nodded, having no intention of going to Sal. He didn't need to be dragged into this. I'd created it, and I'd clean it up, just like I did with everyone else's messes. Gravel crunched underfoot, and I whipped my head around, narrowing my eyes at the shadow in the distance. Sal was looking in the same direction, his breath rushing out of him as they moved into the light. You should walk away now, Broody. My stomach dipped, and I clutched onto it, my shaking hands rippling against my jacket. Don't tell me what I should and shouldn't do. Broody practically growled back. There had been a time when he used that voice on me, and I'd loved every second of it. But now all I wanted to do was puke. Listen, you're my friend, so I won't do what I normally would, but you ain't gonna upset my girl more than you already have. Get gone. Sal took a step forward, half his body coming in front of mine. Your girl. Broody stepped closer, the light from the diner illuminating his face. There was a danger there, one that I'd always seen but ignored. Had anything he said to me been the truth? Or had he spun so many lies that even he didn't know? Well, she ain't yours, is she? Sal grunted out. On account of you having a wife. Motherfuck. Stop! My word echoed around us like gunshots on a battlefield, but neither of them looked at me. They were in a stare-off, one I didn't care to be a part of. I needed to get home, get into bed, and pretend this day hadn't happened. I shook my head and whispered, I'll see you in a couple of days, to Sal. I didn't wait for him to reply as I spun around and headed out of the lot. My heart was galloping like a racehorse in my chest, my pulse an erratic beat. My breath sawed in and out of me, and by the time I had control over my body again, an engine roared behind me. Lola. My shoulders slumped, my steps faltered, but I kept on moving. Tires screeched to a halt and footsteps pounded on the ground. Please, Lola. Go away. I twirled around, facing Broody and hating that my traitorous heart didn't know how to feel. I wanted to hate him. I wanted to hurt him. But I couldn't deny how he made me feel. Please, just let me explain, Broody said, holding his hands up. Explain? I asked, flattening my lips into a straight line. Explain how you're a DEA agent undercover? What? How did you? Your son filled me in while he was waiting for you. I couldn't believe those words had just come out of my mouth. I have nothing to say to you, Broody. I shook my head, my gaze flicking over to the car that was pulled to the side of the road. It was so different from the one he used back home. It was shiny and looked like some kind of sports car. You don't have to talk, just listen, his deep voice told me as he stepped forward. No. I held up my hand, trying to stop his momentum. He looked different here. He wasn't